Hey guys, I'm Rix here, and this might not, look like what the Vietnam MOC looked like in the last update, and it might not be what you're hoping for, but I am going to provide a short update video today on kind of what's going to be happening in the future and kind of the future plans for this MOC. So, just to start off, the MOC is going to be going a lot slower. I know that in my last video I said that I could provide an update relatively quickly. I don't think that that's going to be the case in this circumstance, just because I need more parts that I don't have, and I'm not planning to order those parts in a super quick manner. So I mean that's a big hindrance, obviously, because you need parts to complete this. I mean, what you'll also notice is that the entire landscape here I kind of flattened out. And that was kind of a test, just because let me take my camera off of this for a second, apologize for the shaking. But what you can see here is that the bottom of my base plate flexes up no matter how much weight I actually put onto the end of it. And this happens at all four of the corners here. And so what that does is that it makes it so that essentially the edges are curled up. And it doesn't sit flat or flush against the ground, and it prevents me from making some types of connections with pieces. It also just looks not so hot. It just looks kind of sloppy, and I haven't really found a solution to it. I've left heavy weights on the base plates overnight, over long periods of time, trying to get them to kind of flex back into place, but no matter what I try, they kind of are stuck in this flexed up pattern for whatever reason. I don't really know why. If somebody does, they can enlighten me on this topic. But for now, I don't quite have a solution for this. That's kind of where I'm at. I'll probably reach out to some people that I know are better MOC builders than me and see if they have any idea of what might be the reasoning behind this kind of plate flexing, because it's just, if I move my camera back again, it's a normal gray, 32 by 32 base plate. So there isn't really a reason why it should be lagging behind, or I guess not lagging, but there isn't a reason it should be curling up. It's a normal base plate. It should be able to hold this Lego properly. The other thing, of course, as I mentioned in my previous videos, is that I haven't built the Brickmania Huey. That still is the case. I still haven't built that, so that's still obviously a big hindrance towards progress. And then also, TMC is still slowly, or I guess gradually, releasing their Vietnam figures. And I really think that I need to kind of see all of the figures that they're going to release for the time period before I'm able to really get the figures that I want and that I think are most appropriate for the MOC. So I don't know what that timeline is going to look like. So that might mean that, I won't have all the figures necessary to complete this for a month, or maybe for a month and a half. Or even longer. I'm not entirely sure. I think that the timeline for this really is just up in the air right now. So I know that this might be disappointing for some of you who have followed this MOC from the start, and who have, I've been getting eager comments waiting for new episodes of this, but I hope that you kind of understand, and this provides a little bit more clarification on my last update video. I know that on my last update video, I wasn't entirely clear about the backbone of the reasoning. I just kind of listed some reasons that were most prominent. But really right now, I mean, it's this base plate issue, as I showed you over here, and it's just a lack of green parts. I will say some other issues are I just need to learn how to build trees. That's something minor, but I just really don't know how to do it. So, I can't really effectively make a Vietnam MOC when I can't really effectively make trees. That just wouldn't look good. So yeah, I mean, that's really all I have for this video. I don't want to drag it out too long, or keep you guys, thinking that I have more info. That's just kind of where it stands. I need TMC to release all the figures for Vietnam, for their Vietnam releases. I need to build the Brickmania Huey, and I need to get new base plates and new pieces. That's the reality of the situation. I hope you guys can understand, and I will be starting a new MOC series relatively soon on a different time period that hopefully you guys will enjoy as well. But anyways, I appreciate you clicking on this video. I know that it might have been disappointing to some of you if you were expecting something of actual substance. You can see that I've actually cleared out a lot of the base plate in terms of the plants and stuff like that, and I've started to put some of the pieces away, because I really can't use this base plate. I need to get a new one. So I'm gonna need to take all the pieces off of this anyways, so I might as well start at some point. That's kind of my logic, at least. I will be posting some updates in the future, or should I say I will be talking about the status of this MOC in some of the videos that I'm making in the future. So if you want to know kind of sneak peeks about where I am in this process, beyond just the strictly update videos that I make on this MOC, your best bet would just simply be to watch every video, because I might be discussing this MOC in kind of the end sequence of some videos in the future. The initial part of this video was recorded about 2 or 3 days ago, but I've actually started to dismantle this base plate that I was formerly building the Vietnam MOC on. So I thought that, I would add a little bit more context to that video if I actually showed. So as you can see, clearly this base plate used to be entirely covered in stuff. But now what you see is that I've really started to dismantle it. And I mean, it's really freed up a lot of parts for me, because a lot of parts were kind of tied up in this base plate, even though the fact that I wasn't working on it. So it's actually both good and bad that I, took this apart. It's a little sad to see all that progress go to waste, simply due to the fact that this base plate was, kind of flexing in a weird way, probably because it's so old. I mean, it's a really old base plate. But it's nice to free up some parts. I mean, that's the main thing that I was doing this for, is that it frees up some parts for some other MOCs that I'm working on. And it also will allow me to use these parts on the new base plates that I have coming in, so that, I can actually start working on this for real. Now, again, as I said in the other video, I know that this is kind of, not necessarily the update video that you guys wanted, but it is what it is. I can't really provide anything else. What I will say is that I do have some positive news for the Vietnam MOC, which is that I've received some of the Vietnam minifigs from the minifig code that I was waiting on. That was just one of them right there that you saw. It was a Special Forces operator, or I think they're called the Special Operations Group. So, now that I have those in hand, I first need to film the video of that haul. And then once I film that, I can get them kind of situated with my other Vietnam figures, and then I can start planning out a little bit more how and who of those figures I'm actually going to be using in the MOC. So that's kind of the positive news. I guess that, this dismantling, for some people who are watching and who've liked this series, this might be, some sad news or not the best video, because you were hoping that I was building more. But I mean, as I said in the previous video, this MOC was going to be dismantled at some point, or should I say this specific base plate or version of the MOC was going to need to be dismantled, just because, this base plate is kind of, it's just, it's not up to par. It just has some flaws in it that, I had to reconcile and kind of find a new base plate for. I wasn't able to find a new base plate for, so that's why I ordered them, and those will come in soon. So theoretically, I could start building on a new base plate probably within the week. Realistically, if I'm really thinking about when I'll start doing more stuff in terms of for the Vietnam MOC, it'll probably come, I don't know, probably in 2 to 3 weeks. That'll be my best guess. I'll probably try and get at least like a 16 by 16 stud square done each week. So depending on whether you guys are actually interested in seeing just, the 16 by 16 progress, I can do update videos for that. But I kind of feel like, that's a little bit over the top to do updates for a 16 by 16 area. So, we'll see how that works. We'll see what I end up doing. But that's kind of what it is at right now. And I think that I just realized that these plates are actually, are they 48 by 48 or 32 by 32? I don't know. I need to figure that out, because that really changes the calculus in terms of number of parts I need. Another good thing that you guys might be happy to hear if you've been waiting for this MOC is that I have ordered some additional green parts for me to use. So I hope that, this was able to bring a little bit more light or a little bit more color to kind of the current situation of this MOC. As always, like, comment, subscribe, do all the normal stuff. If you're interested in following this MOC, following my review videos, really following anything, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Both of those really help me out. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you next time.